everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Yak. Now, Yak is from Pretzel Games. Pretzel Games is known for their really fantastic productions. They have made games that there is flick 'em up and stacking games, dexterity games, not really kind of thinky style games. I mean, I'm not saying the games are bad. I really like games from Pretzel Games. Yak, though, has these really cute carts. I mean, look at this thing. It's a little yak pulling a plastic cart around. Whee! So that part is kind of full, and I like how this game looks, and it comes with wooden blocks, and you stack these wooden blocks in like a little pyramid that you're building near your yurt. But it really isn't a dexterity style game. Instead, you're trying to get points by putting the same color blocks together. All right, cool. Let's see how it plays. In Yak, there are 4 yaks that are placed on the table, and each of these yaks sits in front of a person. That's your yak. That's in front of you, and after the end of each round, all the yaks will be moving. You just kind of move them on their little carts in front of the next person. It doesn't really matter. There's this board here, kind of a waste of space, honestly. This board doesn't really mean anything. There's so much board here. We have this place is the market. You start with some goods there. You have these carts. These carts drive me nuts too because they're neat looking, but these blocks fit nicely there. But that's not where the blocks go. They go here. And it took me the longest time to figure out how to put the blocks in. I was putting the blocks in like this, but that's not how they go in. And then these goods go in the back. Anyway, not a big deal here, but they are cute. Look at that. Woohoo! So anyhow, and there's also some extra scoring cards you can place here if you want to play a more, kind of a updated game. But other than that, each person's going to have a board in front of them, and this is where you're going to be stacking blocks. At the end of the game, you're going to get points in a variety of ways. The number of different colors, the number of the same color that you have connected. So maybe I want to put this blue block here because now I have a group of 2 of those. They did have a weird mix of colors here. Like there's dark gray and light gray, and there's, this orange and yellow. And this light blue here, well, that's wild. Well, that's a little odd. But anyhow, this is what you're trying to do over the course of the game. And when someone starts building their second last level, that's what signals the end of the game. Each person is going to have 3 cards. And simultaneously, each round of the game, players are going to pick one of their cards and all reveal it, doing what it says. Now, what do the cards do? Well, one of them lets you buy bricks from the cart that's in front of you. When you buy bricks, you are spending goods. You'll put the goods on the cart, you buy the bricks, and then you'll place the bricks in this thing in front of you. When you buy bricks, you spend 1 resource for 1 brick, 3 resources for 2, 5 resources for 3, and you pay an extra resource for each of these wild blue bricks that you buy. However, you also have to look at the cart that's in front of you. This cart says no bread can be used. This cart over here says no meat. This one over here, no milk. And this one here says only 2 different kinds can be used to spend it there. Another thing you can do is you can take resources out of the cart, up to 8 of the same type. You will then draw a bag, a block from the bag, and place it on that cart if there's less than 4. And then the third card says you can take 1 or 2 goods from the middle of the table, and then you'll pull 3 bricks from the bag, pick one of them, and put it on any cart you want. That's the game. The only other thing that's involved in this game is we have this little mountain thing over here. When you draw a white stone from the bag, you will place it here, and immediately on the board, all the carts turn around, and they'll be moving the other way at the end of a round. When you draw the third one here, this cloud comes off, these bricks get thrown back in the bag, and now it can go up to 4 as these get rotated, and they can be rotated more than once per turn. That's pretty much it. There's a bunch of scoring at the end of the game. So there's a scoring pad here. And again, you're looking for bricks of the same kind put together, different color groupings. You get 1 for different bricks. And then there's special abilities. There's a couple other ways to score points. Whoever is the one who finishes their tower first or goes to the second last level gets this. But you just get a bunch of points. You use the scoring sheet, which is Not really completely necessary. The first time I played, I didn't even realize there was a scoring sheet and just did it outside the scoring sheet, but it does help a little bit. And whoever has the most points is the winner. Whew. Folks, sometimes this game I think will sell some copies because people will look at it and go, wow, that's really cool looking. And you get to move the yak around in the card. Whee! But there's nothing here I really like. The scoring is, I've seen this scoring in other games before. Put the same colors, different colors, follow the different scoring cards, but it doesn't feel particularly interesting. And, you get the bricks and put them on there, and you kind of just put it where it makes most sense. The reason I mentioned the placing the bricks and the scoring is because it's the thing I like the best. You go beyond that, I'm no longer interested in this game. You're picking from 3 cards. Now, you can make picking from 3 cards a suspenseful decision for sure. But in this game, it's not. If there's a lot of food in the cart, I play the take food from the cart. If there's a lot of bricks and I have a lot of food, I play the pay for bricks with a food card. If there's neither or something else, I might say I'll take 2 food from the market in the middle. But it is a really, really boring decision. Not once when I played Yak have I sat there and went, which will I do? I don't. I'm like, I got a lot of food. There's some bricks. I'll buy some bricks. You'd be like, but what if you don't want those color bricks? Then you'll lose. You can fit them on your thing somewhere. Just take them. The extra scoring cards, I play with them. They change the game in very minor ways. You add that to the bricks kind of all being the same color or looking like they're the same color. The carts moving them around gets a little fiddly, to the wild, crazy swings when you pull a cloud and everyone turns around and you were planning to buy bricks from the next cart, so that's where you put a brick, and now a random thing says that yak's moving the other direction. Whee! I don't know what I'm supposed to enjoy about this game other than the cool components. But if I want cool components, I'll buy a Playmobil toy this game isn't really here. I just found it to be utterly nothing. Like, I played the obvious card, I took the bricks, I put them in the obvious places. Is it a kid game, Yak? It's not marketed as one. And if it was a kid's game, I might cut it some slack. Like, okay, that makes more sense. Kids will have some different things to pick from and make some decisions. But as a game for families and adults, there are so many other games, many of them made by the same company, actually, that I think I would rather play. This one for me is a 5 out of 10. I don't hate it, but I really don't like it, and I don't wish to play it again because I just didn't find it to be that interesting. It's too bad, because it's a pretty game, and I hate to see pretty games that are mostly just air. But that's what Yak is. I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching The Dice Tower.